Welcome to the Visual Distortion movie review show with me, Jeccles69. On today's show, we will be reviewing the film The Interview.
Hello, who this?
This is the Secretary of Communication for North Korea. Our Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un is interested in doing an interview with Dave Skylark.
Oh my god.
We will meet 50 kilometers west of Dangdong, northeastern China.
Did you just say China? And did you just say dong?
3 weeks from tonight, I will be traveling to Pyongyang, North Korea to interview President Kim Jong-un.
Mr. Rappaport, I'm Agent Lacey with Central Intelligence. You two are going to be in a room alone with Kim, and the CIA would love it if you could take him out. Take him out.
For coffee? Dinner. For kimchi?
No, take him out.
You want us to kill the leader of North Korea?
Yes.
Hello, North Korea!
I've watched every episode of your show in preparation for this interview. I particularly enjoyed the Miley Cyrus camel toe episode.
Wow.
Very deep.
Very deep. Yeah, she has quite a hearty moose knuckle.
Gentlemen, you are entering into the most dangerous country on Earth. Please remember, Kim Jong-un is a master manipulator.
I have a gift for you.
Oh, this dog is killing me with cuteness.
He's a crazy cute.
I just wish we had an escape plan.
Why don't we go to Japan?
Well, because it's across the Sea of Japan.
Why don't we swim?
Can't swim that.
Oh, I'm a good swimmer.
It's really, really far.
People have done it.
Nope.
Yep, Michael Phelps did it.
That's not true.
Nice tank! Is that real?
It was a gift to my grandfather from Stalin.
In my country, it's pronounced Stallone. You have a sound system in here?
Oh, no. Don't touch.
Katy Perry?
I've never heard this before in my life.
I love Katy Perry.
Really?
As you shoot across the sky. I spent a lot of time with Kim, and I think he's not a bad guy.
You cannot pull out of this. I'm pulling out. You're way too deep to pull out. I'm pulling out. No, you're not. You're leaving it in.
I've been pulling out for years, son.
Starring James Franco as Dave Skylark, Seth Rogen as Aaron Rappaport, Lizzie Kaplan as Agent Lacey, Randall Park as President Kim, Diana Book as Singh, Reese Alexander as Agent Botwin. And it also has guest appearances from Eminem, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Rob Lowe. Personally, I think this has to be one of the best comedies made in the last 10 or 15 years. Not only is it satirical and making a mockery of some of the world's biggest global political leaders and countries, and also making fun of the Third World War and the way the media was perceiving it. It also goes into a lot of depth about all of these. It's not all just cock humour, sex humour, gay humour, stuff going up your butt humour, and other explicit adult content humour like that. But if you actually watch the scenes and analyse them, you can see a lot more humour going on behind the scenes. Do you understand what I mean? It's not in your face, it's subtle humour. But it's humour that really brings these scenes and gives the film a whole new life. Or once someone has pointed them out to you, you want to go back and look to see if what this guy was saying was true. And at the end of this review, you're definitely going to want to go back to the interview and see it again, because there are loads of little Easter eggs and loads of little things that you didn't realise were there that will just make the film 10 times more funnier than it already is. If you went to see it without having a good grasp or knowledge of global politics, history, warfare, North Korea and other things like this, you would probably miss some of the humour that's happening. But once you see all the subtext in it and all the double entendres, then you will piss yourself laughing when you go back and realise that it's an instant classic. So the plot of the story is that James Franco's character is kind of one of these journalists you'd have on E! News, and he's just doing celebrity gossip and basically fun-hearted, lively celebrity gossip to give something for people to talk about other than just misery. But because of this, Seth Rogen's character, who's his best friend and has led him through these talk show series that James Franco's character does and help make it huge, he realises that people think he's a mockery, so he goes out to try and get an interview with Kim Jong-un from North Korea to show that he's a proper journalist. And when he sets it all up and he goes back and he tells everyone and James Franco what could happen, James Franco is a bit kind of taken a bit back at first, you know, he's not really into it, he thinks it's a bad idea, he's got to be talked around. And Seth Rogen's character knows that to bring the character of James Franco around is going to take a lot of drinking, a lot of drugs, and probably a lot of prostitutes as well. And when he finally gets the interview go ahead, James Franco comes in and he's all up for it, he's ready for it. And one thing you might not notice in this scene is it is the first time that James Franco does his impersonation of the Joker. His hair's slightly different, he's wearing purples, whites, greens, all the same colours that the Joker wears. He's got that insane smile, he's moving slightly differently as if he's on a bit of drugs, as if he's a bit crazy. So he's really going into the role of, surprisingly, the Joker. He does this a few more times in the films, like when he goes to get ready for the interview with the head of the CIA and they're training him. He does a couple of impersonations of the Joker in that as well, and he's wearing the same outfit, purples, greens, blues, whites. He's got the insane smile, you know, he's juttering, and he's definitely a very Heath Ledger kind of Joker. And he does this a third time, but the third time he does it, or he's dressed in these colours, I won't say because it's a big bit of the film, but the subtext of this is the fact that Kim Jong-un is so fucking insane that not even the Joker, the most insane bad guy of all comic books, would agree to some of the stuff that he says. That's comedy gold humour right there. And then you've got the fact that they keep talking about Lord of the Rings, or they have quotes, or they're calling each other by Lord of the Rings characters, and they're just saying, oh, this is worse than that time in Lord of the Rings when blah 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 blah. Oh, you're acting just like Gollum, you know, there's bits like this. And the reason for this isn't because it's been a multi-million making blockbusters of 6 books, but it's also because Lord of the Rings was written by J.R.R. Tolkien for his kids to explain to them the second, I think it was, World War. So when they're taking the piss out of an impending Third World War and they're referencing something which was created to help explain the Second World War, oh, there's been some thinking going on in that script. They're not just taking the piss out of Lord of the Rings. No, 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 no. It's all there for a reason. And there's a bit in the film where James Franco has a massive hard-on, and he's there looking at Seth Rogen going, what, you want to see it? You want to see it? You want to see my dick? You want to see my dick? Here it is. Here's my dick. Look at my dick. That is because last year James Franco took a photograph of himself in front of the mirror, completely naked, just after he'd gotten out of bed looking dishevelled and like crap, to put it up on Twitter just to make the paparazzi and all the people on Twitter go crazy. He just wanted to see what would happen, and this is stuff that James Franco does, so he was actually taking the piss out of himself. And then when they finally get to the interview and Kim Jong-un starts talking about all the bad stuff that America has done, the fact that America has more prisoners in their country compared to any other country in the world, the fact that they look into their citizens more than anybody in the world, and there's more people under the poverty line in America compared to more or some of the other countries in the world. When he starts to go into all of this, information which it would appear or seem that a lot of Americans don't know about or don't understand, instead of actually showing all of this big emotional groundbreaking Pandora box knowledge type thing. No, they skip and jump straight to a big massive fist fight that's going on with loads of blood, loads of gore, fingers going missing to mimic Lord of the Rings. You know, all of this stuff they go to because that's what the Americans want to see. They'd rather see a massive big fight in a movie than talking about global politics in a thriller. You know, not only is it taking the piss out of what films do, but also the audience that it was kind of intended for, without them knowing. It's fantastic bit of, so many misdirections and so many subtle pieces of humour. It's brilliant. And then there are a few little other bits in there, a few little one-liners which are funny anyway, but they're being said because the person who's saying it is either A, the person who's saying it, so James Franco having to do the cock joke for it to become even funnier, or Seth Rogen, some of his lines that he talks about him being fat and him being thin, they take the piss out of themselves, because you can't take the piss out of everybody else, including the people that are viewing the film, without taking the piss out of yourself. It's just not croquet. Right at the end of the film, when it's been all said and done and the Seth Rogen and James Franco characters are leaving and they're saying goodbye to North Korea, they say to one of the characters that they can come with them, and they're like, no, I've got to stay here and make sure that everything's okay and everything goes well. And they're like, no, come with us, we're leaving right now, we're happy we're leaving. You know, and you could understand why, but at the same point, it's because that's what a lot of the world perceives America to do. Is they perceive them to go in, wipe out the guy who's in charge of the country, and then leave without making sure that the country is then stable and put back on track with somebody with a bit of intelligence in their head to look after that country. So there's so many lines and scenes and imagery in there that have so many other texts in it and subplots that you don't really know or understand, unless of course you're fans of the actors, or you follow global politics, or you're a film student. You know, they take the piss out of everything in this film, and this is why it is the best comedy personally to have come out in the last 15 years. So thank you very much for watching the Visual Distortion movie review show for The Interview. Hopefully this has made you want to go back and try and see some of the Easter eggs that I've been talking about. If not, then just go back to see it again, because it is a fantastic film, full stop. This has been the movie review show with me, Jeccles69. Remember to check out the rest of my movie reviews, along with sharing and subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, take care and keep smiling. This is the Jeccles69 channel, where interesting shit happens every day. So remember to subscribe and comment to our channel for interesting shit to do with the world of technology. Hits on Twitter, film reviews, my life with Android and Kickstarter. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and comment, and until next time, keep your shit interesting.